Free State head of the Public Protector's Office, Sphelo Samuel, has made more damning allegations against the suspended Public Protector. Samuel has accused Advocate Busisiwe Mkhwebane of a conflict of interest for attending then Free State Housing MEC Mosebenzi Zwane's birthday party while the office was investigating him. Samuel has been cross-examined by Mkhwebane's legal representative, that's Advocate Dali Mpofu, at the Inquiry into Fitness Told office in Cape Town. Let's get you a live update on that story. Bring in our reporter Athi Mtongana. Athi, take us through the cross-examination then by Advocate Mpofu and how he then tried to poke holes in what we've heard from Samuel.
Well, of course, Tembekile, as expected, he is poking holes in the statements that have been made by Sphelo Samuel. And one thing that Advocate Dali Mpofu says he finds particularly peculiar is that in his initial complaint, and that's the affidavit that he deposed, where he went as far as to write to the Speaker of the National Assembly complaining about the conduct of the Public Protector, he says in that initial affidavit he did not make much reference to the judgments insofar as the reports that were compiled and taken on review. But his second affidavit that he is now speaking to before the Section 194 committee focuses on the judgments. You might know that some of the reports which ended up in courts were the investigations that were conducted with regards to the CR17 campaign, the Freddy Dairy Farm investigation. Those are some of the investigations that this particular committee is looking at. And so what Advocate Dali Mpofu says he finds very peculiar is that Natasha Mazzoni from the Democratic Alliance, her revised motion then included Mr. Samuel's statements. And so another issue that they are currently dealing with right now before they adjourned for a brief break is the issue that you mentioned of Mkhwebane's 50th birthday party, which the witness put forward in his statement saying that it's a conflict of interest. And he finds it very odd that a person that is a subject of an investigation attends a birthday party of the person who's conducting the investigations. And I'd like us to actually listen to what he said, because he was actually accusing the Public Protector of sweeping these investigations under the carpet.
The fact that you cannot socialize with a person that you're investigating, it's a sign of conflict of interest.
I see. So that was your only objection?
Yes. One of the issues I might add that reinforced my belief that the investigation was being swept under the carpet.
And another issue that Mr. Samuel brought before the committee is that which he already brought yesterday, and that being how the litigation processes insofar as the review of the reports were mounting in the office, and they were reflecting badly on the credibility of the office of the Public Protector. Let's listen to what he had to say.
I'll concede I'm very critical of her management style.
Good. That's good enough. And then I'm going to also argue at the end, and again you'll save us time or some time or all the time, that the so-called reckless litigation that you talk about is nothing but a result of the fact that in 2016 there was the famous EFF Nkandla judgment, which then invariably caused more litigation against the Office of the Public Protector. What will you say to that?
I would concede that it did escalate the bringing of reviews against the office, but that right has always been there, even before that judgment. So it is not the sole cause of the litigation that was at the end of it. But my evidence was that we did not generally defend all litigation against the office, especially on reviews, prior to her arrival, mainly because we're not a litigious institution. And so my argument when it comes to that was that this litigation that flowed from her approach was not taking the office, was not in the interest of the office in all cases.
A quick note, Tim Mtongana, their reporter on the story of the impeachment inquiry into the fitness of former Public Protector Busisiwe Mkhwebane to hold office. Before we move on, correct something that we said at the beginning. So basically what's been dealt with here is Mosebenzi Zwane, a former Free State MEC who was being investigated by the Office of the Public Protector, and Athi was just telling us because we had this the other way around. She had Mosebenzi Zwane attend her birthday, not the other way around, as we had said, going into the conversation with Athi. For now, Athi, thank you very much for that update from Cape Town.